were the first ones to tell you about how SREI Infra was looking at an IPO when it comes to its equipment business. What you're seeing on your screens is Mr. Hemant Kanoria joining us live right here on ET Now to talk more about this offering for Dalal Street. Hi, Mr. Kanoria. Welcome to ET Now. I understand you're looking to dilute up to 25% of the capital, which is, of course, necessary and mandated by SEBI. Tell us a bit more about the IPO that you're planning of this equipment business.
Well, basically, we are looking at diluting about 25% so that we can make SREI Equipment a listed entity. And it was last year when we had the swap with BNP. So therefore, it was a 50-50 partnership with SREI, with BNP on the SREI Equipment Finance. So which was basically swapped. The shares of SREI Equipment Finance of BNP were swapped with SREI shares, and then it had become a 100% subsidiary. So because of the good growth that we have been seeing in the last 1 year in SREI Equipment Finance, we thought that it was the right time to get it listed and raise about 25%, dilute about 25%, so that money will come into the organization, into the company, which will help it to further grow. And because we see that in the equipment financing business, because of the leadership position that we have a good growth story there.
Right. Mr. Kanoria, good to have you on the show with us. Now, you've narrowed down on the valuations as well that you would be ascribing to SREI Equipment Finance. Tell us, what's the rationale behind the valuation? How did you arrive at the number?
No, I think that it is very easy calculation, because in 2008, when BNP came in the equipment financing business, it was valued at about 3 times the book. So we have said that, you know, it would be anywhere between 2.5 times or 2.5 to 3 times the book. So which basically brings in that we will get an amount of about 1,800 to 2,000 crore for a 25% dilution. So that is what has been the number. So there is not be any other numerological predictions for that. It is just that we found that, you know, this is something that we had already done about 9 years back. So we think that we should be in a position to get reasonable value for that.
Oh yeah, of course not. I was not hinting to any numerology angle over here at all, Mr. Kanoria. But tell me, what kind of pricing structure are you now exploring for SREI Equipment Finance, and how has the response been from the investors and the appetite for the issue?
No, you see that we have just announced today, because we had the board meeting today. So we have just, you know, initially for the last few months, we have been getting a lot of requests on SREI and for the SREI Equipment Finance business, because the business has picked up. And as I mentioned, that it is because of our market leadership that people see that we have been able to ride that storm. And you know, it's after weathering that storm, the company has started doing well with NPL and all the performance ratios are concerned. So therefore, we felt that, you know, this would be the right time to raise the money, and we will be in a position to grow further, because last money raise which we had done in SREI was with BNP Paribas almost about 8-9 years back. So it was a long time back. So we thought that this would be good for the company, and then the company can grow further. For the next 2-3 years, 4 years, we may not need more capital once we have done this IPO.
That you've been on road shows. So how are the initial feelers that you're getting from investors? Obviously, the issue has only been announced today.
Yeah, we have not been on the road show at all, because it's just that when we interact with the investors, because there are a large number of investors in SREI Finance, SREI Infrastructure Finance. So when we have been telling our story and the business growth they have said, so, you know, we found that there was an attraction for the equipment finance business too. So that's why we contemplated that it would be a good idea to get to an IPO and to raise money in the equipment finance on a standalone basis.
Mr. Kanoria, can you've touched upon it a bit, but if you can dovetail a bit more on the outlook of asset quality, what are the gross and net NPAs looking like?
So it has been coming down quarter by quarter, and the June quarter, which we had announced also, it has come down to the net NPAs have come down to about 1.9%, and it had gone up about 2-3 years back. So gradually that we have been working on it. So there have been two reasons for that. One, the infrastructure spend has picked up, and especially in the areas that we are in, which is road construction, where the construction equipments are going, mining equipments, irrigation projects. So these have picked up because the government spend has been there in the last couple of years in these particular sectors specifically. And also because of the fact that one, there is a growth for the new equipment, secondly for the second-hand equipment also, which we have been repossessing. So there has been a good resale value that we have been able to realize because of the growth in the equipment financing business.
And Mr. Kanoria, everyone watching you right now, do you want to give us a guidance on the AUM growth that we're likely to see the next 2 to 3 years? Could it be 20% plus?
Yeah, we think so, because you see that the first quarter it has been about 20%. So therefore, I feel that it would be the growth. We will be in a position to maintain that, or even, we should be in a position to maintain that. And with the announcement of the IPO and raising more equity, it will help us to grow further. There will be enough capital for the next 2-3 years that whatever growth that we want to ride on, we should be in a position to do it in a reasonable fashion.
Mr. Kanoria, my final question to you, can you give us an update on the timeline that you're looking at as far as this IPO goes?
So we are planning that we should be in a position to complete it within this financial year, because as we have just announced, we had the board meeting today and we had taken into consideration for an IPO. So now there is a process of filing the DRHP and then taking the next steps of marketing and then getting all the approvals, etc. So we feel that within March we should be in a position to raise the money. So next year we are capital ready to grow faster.
Okay, Mr. Kanoria, we're going to wish you all the very best, and keep joining us here on the channel with the updates on their IPO. So that's SREI Equipment Finance going to come out with its IPO this financial year. You heard it first right here on ET Now. And now the top boss is SREI Infra confirming that very development. You've got SREI Infra right now in the green, up by about 0.9%.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow, and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/ETNow.